Hey everybody, welcome back to more Knights of the Old Republic. We are back on the Ebon Hawk because I had to talk to some people to get some events to trigger because I haven't been talking to them as regularly as I probably should. So the main person I do need to talk to at the moment would actually be Bastila. She's the big one I need to talk to. I haven't talked to her in quite a bit. Honestly, she kind of turns me off the way she acts sometimes, but okay, I accept it. Not everybody's going to be my cup of tea, and Bastila is definitely not going to be one of those kind of people at the moment. She kind of rubs me the wrong way. She's still better than Carth, though, so, that's always a plus.
How can I help?
You wanted to speak to me?
Yes, I did. I wanted to speak to you about our mission and what lies ahead for us. It seems fate, or the Force, is driving us into a confrontation with the Dark Lord. You must prepare yourself for when we face Malak. The confrontation will be difficult for you. I remember how hard it was when I first faced Revan.
Oh, wonderful. I never get tired of listening to you ramble on about how you killed somebody.
It's true that due to my battle meditation, I was with the Jedi strike team that boarded Revan's ship. We did not kill Revan, however.
But killing Revan is what you're famous for. So have you just been taking credit for shit you didn't do?
Our mission was to capture Revan if possible. It was Malak who turned on his own master, firing upon Revan's ship while we were still on board it. It was his desire to kill us and his master both. Thankfully, we narrowly escaped the vessel as it exploded.
So, what else did you expect from the Sith? I mean, to be fair, they are kind of cutthroat and kind of freaking ruthless. I wouldn't be surprised.
True, I suppose. And yet the outcome of that battle was unexpected. To all of us, Revan's end was unforeseen. As I said, we were there to capture Revan alive. The Jedi do not believe in killing their prisoners. No one deserves execution, no matter what their crimes. Remember that Revan and Malak were once great Jedi, heroes in every sense of the word. They demonstrate the danger of the dark side to us all. I'm sorry, we really shouldn't speak of this anymore. The memory of my confrontation with Revan is painful. Let's return to the mission, please. How can I help?
We're gonna be working together and all. You might as well just tell me something about you, right? I mean, you kind of know a lot about me, and I don't remember much. So you mind giving me some information about you? Where you grew up, what you do.
Yes, I suppose I can understand your curiosity, given the bond that connects us. Very well. I'll tell you a bit about myself.
All right, how'd you join the Jedi?
I was found to be strong with the Force at a young age, as most Padawans are. As a girl, I was given to the Order to be trained. When I joined the Order, I left my family on Talravan, as all Padawans do. My family is still there, the last that I heard. I've had little contact with them, as it is discouraged.
Wait, what? They separate kids from their family? Seriously? Like, how young were you?
Relationships with family members are fraught with powerful emotions. Such extremes are to be avoided. Anger and hate are the worst, but even love can lead to folly.
Yeah, I guess, but don't you think that's kind of ridiculous? Like, I don't have any family ties, so it's cool with me, but that still sounds dumb. Why would you ever agree to that?
The gift of the Force comes with a high cost. Sacrifice of one's emotional attachments is one of the prices a Jedi must be willing to pay. The alternative is to fall prey to the dark side.
Why wouldn't you be allowed to love? I mean, like, I love my life. You know what I mean? Like, I love living. Why wouldn't you want that? Why is that a bad thing? Love is a good thing. Why would you try to reject that?
Emotional entanglements can be dangerous. They can impair rational thought. They can lead to outbursts of uncontrolled emotion. A Jedi must be above such things.
You don't sound as convinced as you seem to claim to be.
It can be a hard lesson to learn. I was not on good terms with all of my family, but I do remember missing my father terribly for a long time.
Yeah, you and your father were close, huh? That's great. That's wonderful.
Very close. I was only a little girl when I left my family, but I still remember him fondly. He was kind and gentle and doted on me. My mother, however, was different. I was not on good terms with my mother. I was only a little girl when I left, but I was old enough to resent her and the way she treated my father. She pushed my father into treasure hunting. I spent all my young life on ships, traveling from one false lead to the next. She whittled away my father's entire fortune, and I hated her for it. I think she was relieved to give me to the Jedi, but my father was heartbroken.
Jesus, seriously? Christ. So, did you ever, like, phone your dad? Like, I'm not saying you two had to be close, but you could at least be like, hey, Dad, it's your daughter. I'm fine. I'm not dead. I'm actually kind of a great Jedi. Like, you never done that?
A child is too young to understand the sacrifices that must be made. It's better if they have no contact with their family once they're removed. Once I was older, I realized the wisdom of this policy. A Jedi must do what is needed, personal desires notwithstanding. Love can only obscure and confuse the matter.
You sound really sad when you say that. But, I mean, I'm just saying, you don't sound very happy about this whole thing.
Even a Jedi cannot always control the feelings of the heart. We must do our best to guard against it, no matter what the cost. But some sacrifices are harder than others. I do not wish to discuss this anymore. I would rather return to our mission.
Fair enough, fair enough. Look, Carth, I don't like you, but you are part of my team, and I do want to help you get closure eventually, because in the sequel, you kind of your story's going to kind of come into play here, so can we just talk and not have another argument, please? Is that possible? Can we do that?
Yes, what's on your mind?
I wanted to continue our discussion from earlier, if you can do so without being a childish brat.
I thought I said I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I think you owe me a little of an explanation here, Carth. You know, if you had ditched out on the party once we saved Bastila, I wouldn't give a shit. But you're kind of still here, so I kind of need to know about you.
Listen, sister, just because we're working together doesn't mean you get to go badger me with constant questions.
Oh, God. Do we have another problem now, Carth? Come on, dude. Can you stop?
Blast it if you aren't the most frustrating woman to talk to. Isn't there someone else you can harass for a little while?
Oh, I'm frustrating. Really? Really? I'm the Look who's talking.
What, me? What did I do?
Oh, that's Rich. Where have you been?
Okay, I give up. You win. Look, I suppose I could use someone to talk to. I'm just not used to it. I don't know why you're so interested, but when I think of all the men who betrayed us, the one that stands out above all of them is the one that I respected the most. Saul.
That name surprisingly sounds familiar.
With good reason. Admiral Saul Carth is the commander of the entire Sith fleet. He's half the reason Malak has done so well in the war. Saul was my commanding officer back when the Mandalorian Wars first began. He taught me everything about being a soldier, and I looked up to him. Saul approached me before he left. He talked to me about how the Republic was on the losing side and about how I should start thinking of my survival. I know now that he was trying to recruit me into the Sith, but I couldn't have conceived of it back then. I argued with him and he got angry and he left. I never saw him again.
You didn't, how could you not have seen through that, though? Like, you're a pretty smart dude. Like, you weren't that young. Like, you must have known better.
I didn't want to, maybe. Are you so sure you would have? Saul was my mentor. He led us to so many victories against the Mandalorians. Even when things looked to be at their worst, I couldn't conceive of it. He couldn't be serious. I was wrong, of course. He not only left us for the Sith, he gave them the codes to bypass our scanners. I remember waking up as the first of the Sith bombers snuck past our defenses and began destroying half of our docked ships. I knew right away what had happened. I mean, I could have stopped him. I could have stopped it all.
Do you really believe that?
I don't know, maybe. He might have killed me if I tried, or I might have killed him. I was stupid, however, and I let him go. No, I fought Saul for years now, and if I ever catch up to him, he will regret what he's done. He will regret it.
So that's it. You feel a little bit betrayed. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that that's not, like, important, but, like, that's not your fault. Like, you would never have guessed it. You just said so yourself. So why are you so angry? Why don't you trust me? Like, I'm dark side, but you don't know that yet, all right?
No, it's not. But I don't want to talk about it right now. Let's go.
Good. Excellent. See, was that so hard? Was that so hard, little baby? You feel better now? Goodness. Goodness sakes, Carth. You are the whole reason I don't like people. Not even a good reason. We have one other person we're going to talk to while we're here, which is Juhani.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
I was wondering if we could talk, have a little chat.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
How did you end up in the Jedi? If you don't mind me asking. It's just, you know, kind of curious. I mean, I got here, sure, but, you know, I'm an exception to the rule. I'm dangerous. I have Force lightning. You are dangerous, but you're also, like, rehabilitated. So I'm just kind of curious.
How I came to be a Jedi? I am sure you would not find it very interesting. Are you sure you would like to hear?
Yes, actually. Please, enlighten me.
Well, it goes back a number of years. Back on my homeworld, we did not see Jedi very often, especially where I lived.
Oh, where did you live, actually?
The hind end of space. A pit of a world, to be sure, where Jedi rarely tread. But we had heard of them. Well, everyone had, so that is not to be unexpected. Champions of truth, defenders of justice, heroes of the Republic. It was very easy for a child to be enthralled by their image, their mystique. Maybe I was one of those children.
Ah, okay. Did you meet a Jedi?
Yes, I did. When I saw a Jedi for the first time, they lived up to everything my imagination had created them to be. I was awed, and maybe a little enamored.
Enamored, huh?
They were quite striking, especially the tales of their leader. From that moment on, I knew that I would have to try to become a Jedi. To lift myself out of the rut I had been living in for years, and to make a real difference, as the Jedi were. The foolish delusions of a child. But this child made it happen. As soon as I was able, I left my world and went in search of them. I found them and was accepted. I had been living my dream on Dantooine for several years before you came, although perhaps I was not entirely ready for it, or not completely suited to the task. Otherwise, I would not have fallen. But thanks to you, I have been redeemed. Perhaps I may yet live to see that dream of mine come true. Come, there is much we should do. Let us not waste time talking. Action is what is needed.
Fair enough. All right, then. All right, that makes it. I don't need to talk to Mission. I already know how she's going to be. Wah, wah, wah. My brother isn't a complete scumbag. Yeah, he kind of is. But, hey, you know what? You can't choose your family half the time. Bastila and Mr. HK-47 because Mission is halfway useless at the moment. Let's go. So I'm technically waiting for something. Because you see, in order for me to do what I want to do, which is I want to pick up one more side quest, I need to trigger it, and it's a pain in the dick to get to trigger. Because you're supposed to trigger it in the docking bay. So I got to go back, probably go back on the ship and then come back out. Because it doesn't trigger immediately. The way they handle the triggers in this game is really freaking weird. Because the trigger for this event is I have to be on the ship, get off the ship, and then it should trigger. Alright, Bastila, HK. Let's try this again. Didn't trigger the first time, but it should trigger this time, though. Really? No trigger? I talked to Bastila. Should have triggered just fine, thank you.
How can I help?
Oh, you wish to talk to me?
I do. I've been watching you, studying you closely to see what kind of progress you've made since your training at the hands of Master Zar.
What, you've been grading me or something?
I've seen you give in to temptation and indulge your baser emotions on many occasions. I'm afraid you are on the path that leads to the dark side. You need to see what the dark side represents in its entirety, for it is what we battle. Only the wisdom of a Jedi Master can truly explain this, but I will do my best to make you understand.
What are you trying to tell me exactly?
The dark side is not simply giving in to anger, temptation, or to use the Force to destructive ends. These things only lead to the dark side. The dark side grows stronger and more insidious the closer you draw to it. It begs you to surrender to it, to release all its terrible power, and it becomes harder and harder to resist. And once you stop resisting, it's too late. It twists you up inside and turns you into a mockery of everything you once stood for.
How can you know it's that terrible? I'm not inherently evil, alright? I didn't blow up the most of the Republic, alright? I didn't start a cabal and create an entire military force to mess with you guys, alright? I'm just a chick. Like, can we please not, completely mix this up?
We need only to look at the atrocities which have been committed by those under its sway to understand the terrible, corrupting evil of the dark side. Millions dead, and far more suffering. What sort of person would you have to become to perform such deeds gladly?
I mean, are you necessarily saying the light has never killed anybody? Because I have killed quite a few people.
One who serves the light does not strike down an innocent. We take arms against the dark side and the injustice that follows it only. It's so easy to think that we would never fall prey to such a horror, that we have unlimited control, vigilance, and foresight. If only that were true. The Sith have become powerful because there are many Jedi who've succumbed to the lure of the dark side and joined their cause. What greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause? To use their own knowledge against them? We are weakened while they are strengthened, so we must harden our hearts and do whatever is required to fight against the dark side, even when the battle becomes wearying.
Wait, isn't this kind of ridiculous? I mean, no offense, lady, but how is forced persuasion any different, right? I choose to take the dark side route, to use dominate mind. Jedi use forced persuasion all the damn time. You've used it! Like, if this is just about the persuasion thing, you're dumb. You're absolutely dumb. There's no difference. The only difference is that I have no shame in using it because who cares? It's my power. Why not? Look, you're not going to sit here and tell me that somehow what I do is somehow less justifiable than the nonsense you guys do. I'm sorry. So, unless you're going to tell me that you guys take special precautions or some nonsense, at the end of the day, to say you do whatever is required is just as bad as me doing whatever I feel like on a whim.
I don't know. The vision of our future is clouded by shadows cast from the dark side. But I sense something ominous lurking in those shadows. But words alone cannot save one from the dark side. Come, we should continue with the task at hand. When the time comes, I only hope we are all strong enough to do what we must.
You better hope. I did not know she had that bit of dialogue. There we go. Uh-oh.
I'm Bastila, yes. I take it that you know my mother?
Bona na kachu, kicha badwang, wanga kum kiba bu mulera, kakin chak nawagawa bakon, donk kiba nukunek, tonga buksha
Ah,
nakon.
Is there something I can do for you, miss? As you can see, we're in quite a hurry.
don't be rude, Bastila. You get on to me for being a dick to people. At least you can do is at least, humor her before you turn her down.
Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon, wana kumbes, chi pala mulek, tonki ba nagnonek, tu nikton
Oh, her mother's condition. How ironic that this gets brought up.
Mother's condition.
Oh no. Oh no. Come on, really? Oh, this is gonna be uncomfortable.
I've not seen my mother since I joined the Order. Do you know what's happened? Did she say anything about my father? I see. Where did you meet her? Do you remember?
I guess we could go see your mother, though I have to question her condition if she's in the cantina.
Part of me would rather not see her at all. But if she is really sick, well, we shall see.
I doubt she's really sick. Oh, yeah, she's sick, all right, but she's got that special. She's got grandma's special medicine, doesn't she? Trust me, she ain't sick. She's fine. That's some BS, and you're not selling me on it at all. Like, come on, lady. Really? You're sick? You need to see your daughter? What? You ran out of what? Your husband ran out of money? The hell? Step back, fool. I don't like your tone. Helena? Why are you talking to me about her mother? First off, we look nothing alike, homeboy. Like, I am dark and beautiful, alright? I'm not pasty like Bastila over here, alright?
Her mother was supposed to be here somewhere. Ask if they've seen her.
Oh. Is she still there?
We should try to find her. I doubt she wants to be kept waiting.
You know, your mom really is a piece of work if people are already like, I don't want to be near this chick. Like, I hate to say it, Bastila, you might actually have a terrible mom. I'm not trying to make you feel bad about it. I mean, it is what it is. You didn't choose that life. I mean, you can't choose where your upbringings are, so to speak. You know, you can't help that. That's not entirely your fault, nor will I hold you accountable for that. Even though I genuinely do think you should be held accountable, Bastila, I think that you are kind of terrible. But remember, I think you're terrible, but you're no Carth. You know, Carth, he is like the absolute pits when it comes to humanity. And if it was up to me, I would impale him with my lightsaber in a heartbeat. But for right now, I can't help that. Alright, Bast, let's go talk to your mother. I have a feeling this is only going to go so well. Where have you been, baby? I haven't heard from you in years. I don't want to do this. But this is all part about that completion, right?
Ben? I'm sorry, do I know you?
I'm here, Mother. But don't you recognize me?
What do you expect when I haven't so much as had a picture of you since you left? Do you know how long I've been trying to find you?
You knew as well as I communication would be impossible once I joined the Order. Now what is this about? Where's Father?
Then you haven't heard. I should have known.
Has something happened to him? Are you going to tell me or not?
Your father is dead, Bastila. That is part of the reason why I was looking for you.
Dead? What happened? What did you do to him?
Isn't this a lovely reunion? Already she's flinging insults at me. Tell me, you're one of her friends. Do you treat your mother this way?
My mother is long dead, homegirl. In case you must.
Is that so? Well, I'll be joining her soon enough, I suppose.
I was told you were sick. Are you actually dying, or is this merely melodrama for my benefit?
Such sweet things, you say. Perhaps I should tell you everything first before we start arguing again.
You could start by telling me what you got Father into that killed him.
I hadn't realized Jedi was so spiteful. You want me to tell you I brought your father here for an expedition, do you? You want to blame me for his death? You never accepted that your father loved going on his treasure hunts, leaving you alone with me. I was always to blame for everything. What else is new? So yes, fine. I brought your father here to look for Krayt dragon pearls. He took an expedition into the Tatooine desert, and he died.
How can you be sure of that? Father is an experienced...
Do you think I would look for you if I wasn't sure? They were attacked by a Krayt dragon, and one of the guides fled the battle. He saw your father killed.
I see. So what do you want from me? Credits?
Oh, don't be insulted. I want you to use those senses of yours. I want you to find him. I want you to bring back his holocron.
Why? So you can sell it?
Is it too much to ask that I have something to remember your father by? Of course it is, isn't it? You couldn't be bothered.
We're very busy on a mission from the Jedi Council. I doubt I'll have the time. Ask my companions if you doubt me.
Oh, what about your mom's sickness? Isn't that the whole pretense why we came here?
It doesn't seem to have anything to do with what she's asking. Are you actually sick, Mother?
What difference does it make to you? None, I'm sure. Just find your father's holocron, and you won't have to worry about me again either way.
That That's the kind of response I would expect. Very well. We'll look for the holocron if we have time. I can't promise any more than that.
I believe your father was headed north towards the Sand People Enclave. I would check along that route, dear. Do please hurry.
Ugh, I hate this lady already. She is a piece of work. You know, Bastila, I hate to tell you this, but as much as you don't like your mom, you are a spitting image of this woman. She is that you are her daughter, whether you like it or not.
How can I help?
Do you want to talk?
About my mother? I'm unsure. I seem to find it difficult to remain objective when it comes to her. I find that disturbing.
I mean, I can't blame you for not being objective. It's your mom. She raised you. I mean, for a little bit. I mean, you know, it is what it is, right? You don't think we should look for it? I mean, if we find it on the way there, I don't see any problem, but I'm not going to go out of my way to find it unless you really want to.
We have more important things to do. Still, my father is dead. Just because we find the holocron doesn't mean I have to give it to her.
Why do you think she wants it so badly?
Father recorded all his personal thoughts in that holocron, even when I knew him. Having it would be like having him with you. I don't see why she deserves it, however. She drove him to his death. I loved him, and I didn't even have a chance to say goodbye.
Maybe you're right.
Yes, maybe. I don't feel good about it still. Please, let's just keep going.
All right. Anyways, boys and girls, this has been another one of those story moments where I wanted to cover a bunch of stories and get that side quest. Is mostly I've been trying to get Bastila's side quest to trigger, and it took quite a few conversations to get to this point. In any case, guys, stay tuned till next time on Knights of the Old Republic. I am signing out.